I understand the knee-jerk reaction is to blame the WNBA for Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu not being in the three-point shootout at All-Star Weekend, the All-Star festivities. They're the two most famous three-point shooters in the league, two of the most famous players in the league, period. Obviously, Caitlin being the most famous player in the league, the biggest needle mover in the league. And Sabrina, fresh off of going up against Steph Curry in the NBA All-Star game three-point contest where she shot from NBA range and scored as well as anyone not named Steph. So it is like, what's going on here? And in the wake of Clark not being selected to the Olympics and everything else that's been discussed this season, that the instant reaction is going to be, what a fumble, a bag fumble. The league can't do anything right. I'd pump the brakes on that a little bit. Here was Caitlin Clark before the game against the Wings talking about the three-point contest. This is what she said, courtesy of Matthew Byrne here.
Focused on getting a win right before the Olympic break. Was just curious if the league has reached out to you at all about the three-point contest.
Yeah, I don't know. My focus is on this game tonight, and then we'll turn to All-Star, and then after that. But
so she was noticeably coy there in her response, which makes me believe that for whatever reason, Caitlin and Sabrina likely declined, or it was chosen that they won't participate. You look at the fact that they could need a rest, right? They could need a rest. Caitlin hasn't had a rest since college, and she's going to play in this All-Star game and then finally have that Olympic break. Sabrina is heading to the Olympics. There's also the potential that there is some grander plans at foot here, including NBA All-Star Weekend next year with the two of them. So I would be hesitant to just bash the WNBA about the lack of the three-point participation here. I would be absolutely flabbergasted, stunned, befuddled, confused, bemused, any of those other words that I used if these two women were not invited to participate in that contest unless there was something else going on. So either they declined for separate individual reasons. Maybe Caitlin, was like, hey, I'm not going to the Olympics. I'm not doing this thing. Maybe Caitlin didn't want to take the shine away from other players. Like, it'll be interesting to see Jonquel Jones of the Liberty in that contest because Caitlin had made sure to state before she didn't want herself and Angel Reese to hijack all of the All-Star events. Perhaps Sabrina already feels like she won and doesn't need to do anything else. Again, maybe there's some secret deal with the NBA for next All-Star Weekend, and that's supposed to be the big thing that takes place. I don't know. All I know is, or it could just be as simple as rest, like I said. All I know is there is no chance that both of them aren't participating because of some mistake by the WNBA. You got to show the league a little bit of grace in that regard.